Jeff Katz for my great friends at the Better Business Bureau serving Central Virginia. Yeah, it's another episode of BBB Sharing. We are recording at Ignite Studios at the Better Business Bureau serving Central Virginia. You know that I have an accredited business. I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy to be involved with the Better Business Bureau. And I'm so happy to be welcoming Flora Russell, the Managing Director for AlphaTek Electric here. Flora, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I want to learn all about AlphaTek Electric, and I also want to know why your tagline, why your guiding principle is this: integrity first.
Yeah. Well, AlphaTek Electric is an electrical contractor. We specialize in residential and commercial electrical. Integrity first is, that's my husband's mainstay, why we got into business. It's the quality of the work we do. Electricity is nothing to fool around with. It can be dangerous. And what we do is we make sure that no matter what the job is, we're following code. We have things set up in a way that's safety first. And when we talk about integrity, too, it's not just the work that we do, but the relationships that we build. We make sure to educate people about what's happening, the work, what we're doing, why we're doing it, understand their full project, and just give them peace of mind.
Okay, well, I love the sound of that. I'm going to share a horror story that the Katz family had with someone because it's the exact opposite of what you and your husband are doing at AlphaTek Electric. So I'm thrilled to get this information. And while I'm getting the information, why don't you give everybody else the information? What's the phone number? What's the website?
Oh, absolutely. Our phone number is 804-620-7178. That's how you can reach us. We can also take text messages, too.
Okay.
We can communicate that way if people prefer. And you can visit us on our website and fill out our contact form. And our website is alphatekelectric.com. And again, it's AlphaTek, T-E-K, electric.com.
I love it. Well, I want to learn more about this. And you mentioned your husband and his guiding principles. So why are you guys in business at AlphaTek Electric?
Yeah, my husband has over 30 years of experience in the electrical field.
Wow.
He immigrated here from Greece. And in Greece, he's an electrical engineer. But upon coming to America, he decided to go the trade route and has worked with several local companies doing the full spectrum of electrical, from residential to commercial, even industrial, low voltage, data, communications. So he's got the full run of anything electrical, can solve any problem. And we decided to take the chance and start a business. It was, after working for so many different companies, seeing how things were done, we decided to go on an adventure together, and it's been exciting building something.
I love it. When did you start?
We've been in business about 5 years.
Okay.
And it started with just my husband. I was working full-time at that point. But after 5 years, we decided to, it made sense for me to go all in. And
Sure.
I am more than 100% confident in his skill, and I want to grow this with him and just make sure that we provide the best service possible to people, because that's what really got us into this, is seeing what's behind people's walls and just being shocked at some of the things, whether it's DIY work, which, we believe in that, but electrical is dangerous. You got to be careful with the DIY electrical,
Exactly.
whether it's DIY or, other companies that might not know what they're doing or are trying to cut corners. This is something that, just is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got into the space because we wanted to serve people and make sure that their spaces are safe.
I love that. And again, this whole idea of integrity first, you're right. This idea that the electrical world would be someplace you would cut corners. Of all the places that you would cut corners, it seems to me electrical would be about as low on that list as you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't advise it. I do all the behind the scenes work. My husband is the expert. So
Okay.
leave it to the experts.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, when he was growing up, I'm just curious when I hear about somebody who finds something they're passionate about, and you talk about his background as an electrical engineer and then coming to the States and saying, I want to get my hands on this. Was he the kid who was always assembling and disassembling motors and figuring out how stuff worked?
Absolutely. He's still that kid, actually.
Is that right?
loves to know how things work, is really into cars. And yeah, He's gifted, I'll say that much, just the way he can understand how things go together to work. It's not my strong suit. But
Okay.
I admire anybody who has that attribute.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Flora Russell is joining us. She's the managing director at AlphaTek Electric. So we talked a little bit about why you and your husband decided to go into business, stand up AlphaTek Electric and do things right. A little bit about the experience that he brings to this. What about the sorts of jobs you're doing? What exactly are you doing at AlphaTek Electric?
Yeah, we specialize in residential electrical. We renovations and remodels are great because this gives us the opportunity to really take a look at the setup and make sure whatever space you might be redoing fits into the plan of your home and it makes sense. We do panel maintenance, panel replacements, panel upgrades. Even there's a lot of people right now considering converting their vehicles to electric. So we do electric vehicle chargers, which is something that people might not think of. We can make sure you have one set up wherever you like in your home where it makes sense, and the setup fits the vehicle that you're purchasing.
Yeah.
We do all sorts of spaces, light replacements. We do lighting design as well. And we can consult you on what makes the most sense. I will say there is a such thing as too many recessed lights. So we will advise you on the correct number for your space so you're not blinded.
Okay, interesting. So when you talk about design work, well, that's a huge part of this, I would imagine, to be able to look at somebody's house and say, yeah, that corner is really dark and dank. I get that, but you got 3,000 square feet. We have to do something about the whole house, huh?
Yeah, well, it makes sense. We take a look at how the light falls from wherever the source is. And there's a little bit of math involved.
Sure.
My husband is the consultant, so he advises. I know a little bit about this, but when we take a look at your space, we just look at the dimensions, the lights that you want to put, and make sure the space is lit appropriately, especially in kitchens. Like you think about task lighting, you want to make sure that whatever area you're working in is appropriately lit versus, ambient lighting and something a little bit more for the atmosphere. We consider all of this in the space that you're lighting and what the needs are of that space and the function of this space before we make our recommendations.
Wow. What about outdoor stuff? Can you guys help me out with outdoor lighting too?
Absolutely. Landscape lighting design is another great thing. Yeah. Make sure that the areas of your yard or your home is lit in the way that adds the curb appeal that you're wanting to your space.
I love that. Well, I'm going to remind everybody, AlphaTek Electric is a Better Business Bureau accredited business that is so vital in this day and age. Flora Russell is the managing director. Flora, I told you I was going to share a horror story, and I'm going to share it with you. It was somebody who was an electrician was hired as a subcontractor on a job that we were doing. So we had no involvement. And they sent somebody out who truthfully did not know what they were doing. In fact, they sent 3 people out who did not seem to know what they were doing. And they turned off the electric to our shed, which is where our freezer is. Oh, no. And they never turned it back on. And after a week, because we had no reason to go out there, we went out and discovered that they had turned the electric off, never bothered to turn it back on. And because they're not a Better Business Bureau accredited business, it was just the beginning. And we're still chasing them, trying to get them to be honest and decent enough to say, yes, we'll replace the meat in your freezer. So this is why I tell everybody, go BBB accredited. That is so very vital. You've got to be proud of being a Better Business Bureau accredited business.
Yeah, it's been great. It aligns with our values.
Yes.
Things like that happen. Mistakes happen, but we strive to do right by our customers.
Yeah.
So, that's part of what you do.
Yeah.
You fix the problems.
Exactly.
And if you're creating the problems, you should fix them. So I'm sorry to hear about your horror story.
That's okay. We know who we're calling when we get a chance to call somebody. What about businesses? Do you help out businesses with this as well?
Absolutely. So this is the commercial side of our electrical contracting company. We can help renovate commercial spaces, make sure your electric is set up in a way that facilitates the function of those spaces. We've also worked with some local restaurants to make sure that if they're bringing in new appliances, new equipment in the kitchen, that their setup is adequate and that the power requirements meet the needs of whatever new equipment they're bringing in.
Love it.
Yeah, we can handle it all, and we love working with other business owners, and we also do work with contractors too. And as you mentioned with your horror story,
yes.
But we like to be the experts that do the right thing, never sending anybody that doesn't know what they're doing.
Understood. No, I have no doubt about that. Well, if somebody is sitting back saying, okay, I need some electrical work, or I'd just like to talk to somebody about some design work, or they are setting up a restaurant, what have you, give everybody the number again, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. We do free estimates, so that's the first step.
Okay.
We take our consultative approach. So you can call us at 804-620-7178, and we can set up that consultation and make sure we understand your needs, walk you through what you need to address whatever project you have, and then we provide you a quote.
Okay, I love that. And, well, what the heck, give that number one more time.
804-620-7178.
All right, and we have mentioned AlphaTek Electric. You guys have got the best spelling I've ever seen, so remind everybody how to spell that and where to find you on the web.
Yeah, visit us online at AlphaTek, Electric.com.
AlphaTekElectric.com. That's T-E-K. It's all about integrity first, and what a wonderful experience to chat with Flora Russell, Managing Director from AlphaTek Electric, a Better Business Bureau accredited business. This is all part of BBB Sharing. Jeff Katz, happy to be part of BBB Sharing. We are recording at the Ignite Studios at the Better Business Bureau, serving Central Virginia.